When Dak Prescott's been healthy, this offense has been really good.
Throw one on there from my guy Chip Kelly. There we go.
There we go.
You know what that means? I love Pete Carroll.
It's
It's so fun to bet Pete Carroll is a dog.
Everyone in the world thought before the year that the Dolphins were going to be terrible.
Oh, wait till Boston turns on Drake May the way they turned on Mac Jones.
If they go into halftime with less than 7 points, Jackson Dart will come out in the second half and be the quarterback, is my guess.
They did not profile like a 10-win team. They profile like 7-win type teams. I can't wait to let 18 and 22-year-olds go through. I made a call, to Vegas. I said, look, we actually need the favor here.
Welcome again, everyone, to Bear Bets, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook is the best place to bet touchdowns this season. And this week, new customers, you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets paid instantly. Make sure you download that DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code BearBets. That's BearBets, 2 words when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Welcome again, everybody. NFL season week 2 is here. Geoff Schwartz, Sammy P, as always, joining us to kick around the best bets in the NFL and whatever else is on our mind here. And I think one of the immediate reactions from week 1 of the NFL season was the result we saw in Brazil last week with the Chiefs really struggling offensively, it appeared, against the Chargers. Came up short in the end. Is this a reason for long-term concern for the Chiefs, you think, Jeff?
Offensively, I think they're going to be fine. Xavier Worthy was a big part of the game plan who got hurt in the third play of the game, second play of the game, something like that. They'll be better when he's back and Rashee Rice is back. Like, they're going to be fine offensively. The young offensive lineman played okay. They will be fine. The problem is the defensive line is an issue. And we focus so much in the Super Bowl loss on the offense, what Mahomes didn't do, what Kelsey didn't do, how they didn't block. And not enough time was spent on how they did not touch Jalen Hurts for 60 minutes, Sammy. They did not touch him the entire game. And nothing has changed. The Chiefs have gotten no better on the defensive line as of yet. Now, they have 2 rookies that they drafted, hope are good at some point. And the way the Chiefs generate pressure is they bring extra defenders. We know that, right? Spags loves to blitz. Well, if you get it blocked up and you have some younger secondary pieces now that aren't as good, guys are available. We saw Justin Herbert hit the last touchdown to Quinn Johnson on a pressure against man coverage, against the young safety, Sammy. So I am gravely concerned about the Chiefs in this game. I think they'll get better throughout the season, but in this game, it's Eagles' offensive line. I think it could be trouble for Kansas City.
Assuming Jalen Carter doesn't spit on somebody before the game. Can I get that assurance?
How funny was that suspension, by the way? It was so NFL, right? Like, we want to suspend you, but we also want you to play this weekend. We want to be tough, but also have you play in a marquee game for us. So we're going to suspend you for the game that you actually dressed for and call that a suspension.
I think the Eagles have some concerns in the secondary, but that entire game plan goes out the window when Jalen Carter gets ejected.
Right.
So it's really an incomplete grade for me. I do think cornerback 2 is a question mark, though. After Mitchell, who's their legit 1, I don't know that they have the answer at cornerback number 2.
Let's get to our best bet presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Sammy, what do you like in this?
Selfishly, they asked for a best bet here. Selfishly, I went Eagles because I want the Chiefs to be 0-2, and the analysts will all say it's all over and the era is over, and then I will bet the Chiefs at 10-1 to win the AFC because it's already 6.
Yeah.
If they go 0-2, Bear, we're going to get 10. 10-1 to win the AFC. I have the Bills to win the Super Bowl, but I'm sorry. I would bet 10-1 on KC to win the AFC.
Our best bets are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook for this game. So you have Eagles money line.
I'll take Eagles -1.
I know people are going to push back and say that there's no way the Chiefs start 0-2. Why not?
It has nothing to do with anything.
I don't understand that mindset. Well, there's no way they start 0-2. Well, no, they easily can. They're playing the Eagles team that's really good.
That won the Super Bowl last year and beat them up.
Correct. I just mentioned, I think, along the same lines of what my best bet's going to be. I talk about the Chiefs defense. I have issues with what they're going to be at Bear. I like the Eagles over 23.5 points here. I think they're going to do what they want offensively. If they want to pass the ball, they can do it. If they want to run the ball, now the Chiefs' run defense is fine, but Barkley breaks free if they wear down over time. So I think the Eagles score a lot in this game against Kansas City.
Speaking of Barkley, like we saw a lot more Shipley, I think, last week than I think a lot of people.
Oh, it was a great. I took him live at like over 14
is
and a half.
that an angle?
Awesome.
You think those numbers are going to adjust right away on props?
Barkley didn't sniff the 92.5 or whatever.
So the thing about those is they put them up a lot of times, like for the second quarter running back in like during the game. Like it's hard to find them now. But he is Gainwell last year was a favorite wager of mine to take him over the backup running back, because they run the backup running back all the time in Philly. Third down, especially the big third down rushing team. So I would look in that direction possibly as well. But Kansas City's going to try to stop Barkley again and force Jalen Hurts to make plays as they did in the Super Bowl, and Jalen Hurts beat him. So I don't know what the plan is to help him win this game. All right, let's move to a 1 o'clock game on Sunday between Jacksonville and Cincinnati. I know, Bear, you have a wager you like in this game.
I do. I may hate myself for doing this after Cincinnati looked so bad in the second half last week, but Cleveland defense might not be that bad. Like the Browns looked like a competent NFL team last week, and the reports of them being the worst team in the league, I think, are going to be greatly exaggerated, because I think it was 7 yards in the second half last week for the Bengals. I know I'm betting on Zach Taylor and the Chiefs and the Bengals to go 2-0, but I laid the 3.5 with Cincinnati. I think what we saw last week from Jacksonville was more about bad Carolina than it was anything good Jacksonville. I think that the Jaguars defense still has issues. I think we're going to see a much better performance from Burrow, who struggled last week as well against that Jacksonville secondary as well. I think they got the weapons. I think they come home, and I think they get a big win. I laid the 3.5.
Joe Burrow weeks 1 and 2 is bad, and then Joe Burrow weeks 3 through 18 is good. So if he just reverses that trend, I think, Bear, you're getting home pretty easily in this one.
Chris Andrews, we had him on the show this morning. He said Jacksonville's already that public dog.
I like to hear that.
Fleas. There we go.
I like to hear that.
A lot of Jacksonville, not to mention taking a bad number, because Wise Guys came in, took 5.5, and took 5 and 4.5, and here we are 3.5, and the support is still there. But you have sharp support on Cincinnati.
Perfect.
Guys laying 3.5, guys laying Cincy money line.
Yeah, I think one of the people that we giggle about that gives wagers also has Jacksonville, and that is the spot.
Oh, good.
So we'll see. We'll see how that works for them. All right, Sammy, a game that we are on opposite sides.
No, actually, I don't want any part of that. No. Pass. Thought about that for 3 seconds and thought, no, I'm not going to fight Geoff Schwartz.
Our wonderful graphics team put up for us. It's the Patriots and the Dolphins. Miami is short home favorite here. I'll go first, I guess. The Dolphins suck. It's that simple. They absolutely stink. Look, the thing about what the result was last weekend was less about that they had bad players and more about that they were so underprepared to play that game. And when you are that week 1, you should be the most prepared, right? You are the healthiest, ideally. You've had 2 weeks to prepare for that game.
More than 2 weeks to prepare for the game.
Sure, but I'm saying, like, when preseason ends, you have 2 weeks essentially. But I'm talking about for months you prepared for it. And they were good nowhere. There were 0 positives anywhere on that team. And I'm just so out on Mike McDaniel, out on the whole thing. Now, you're out on the Patriots, so that's why we're on different sides here. I think at least I get the better coach in this game and a more physical team in the Patriots. Offensively, I'm still concerned about the skill position guys, and Will Campbell had a rough game with Sammy, but this is, for me, a complete fate of the Dolphins.
I would like to raise your Dolphins suck with Patriots blow. They're so bad. And I think a lot of people incorrectly thought that Mike Vrabel would just drop in and fix a 4-win team. You've
been right about that, by the way.
They did not play with any physicality. They were not physical or tough at all. Now, is that Vrabel's fault? No. Vrabel inherited this mess. But to think that Drake May and 2 rookies on the line with a lot of question marks at receiver, Christian Gonzalez is already hurt. They've got safety issues.
Is Christian
Gonzalez team.
Is he going to play this week?
I don't know, but if he does play, he's not 100%.
He's not 100%. Yeah.
So I think the Patriots were very alarming. They got, Geno threw for almost 400 yards on them.
This is a game too. I don't want to watch a second of it, but I have.
I'll watch it.
But
it's going to be a beautiful train wreck.
I would throw these chips on the Dolphins here. I laid 1.
We need to get those chips with our faces on it, so we can have opposite sides and throw like the Jeff face, the Sammy face down. That'd be a lot of fun.
That Dolphins that could be one of the rare consensus preseason NFL takes that winds up being completely accurate, that everyone in the world thought before the year that the Dolphins were going to be terrible, and they sure and it's going to get ugly really quick if they lose this game, because you look at Mike McDaniel, everyone the nerdy guy, the dorky guy with the glasses, beard, numbers, he's going to fall out of favor so quickly, and they're going to come at him with pitchforks.
Oh, wait till Boston turns on Drake May the way they turned on Mac Jones, because this was the same stuff that I heard.
Okay.
Oh, Mac Jones will be fine. Give him time. It's not his fault. It's not the line's fault. it's a mess. It's a mess there.
Mac Jones, who, by the way, we're going to see this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mac Jones and Spencer Rattler.
3-point favorites. That number feels very low, even for Mac Jones playing.
I'd lay that.
The Saints team is not good. All right, let's get to a game between two division opponents, both 0-1 here. Giants at the Cowboys. Worth noting here, you go 0-2 in division. The chances of winning the division 3%. Not these teams are winning division, but sort of a quote-unquote must-win game here. This number was what, Sammy, 5.5. It went down today to Dallas favored by 4.5. I'm fading the Sharps again. I did it last week. The Giants are not good. I cannot stress this enough. Last weekend I did not understand the Giants number. I understand the number, why everyone was on them, and the Commanders should have won that game 35-6. And I'm going with that again. The Cowboys I think are much better than the Giants. And it's that simple, Bear, for me. So I'm on the Cowboys here, -4.5.
Sharpest guy I know told me 2 bets. Giants +6, Steelers under 39.
Last week,
last week.
Yeah.
They both lost, and they both weren't close.
I was going to say, I think the Steelers almost went over on their own.
I think the bartender is going to be on the Cowboys this weekend too, which is going to be frustrating.
Bartender had Commanders. That was easy.
2-0. Yeah.
I need to know about Andrew Thomas. Is he playing?
I don't. As of right now, we don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
And even if he does, though, he hasn't played since October. But for him though, the Cowboys can't rush the passer because Parsons is gone, obviously. But I think we forget too with the Cowboys, when Dak Prescott's been healthy, this offense has been really good. And we saw that in week 1. They're good in week 1. Giants defense is good, but eventually you break. Again, the Commanders had a weird game on offense, and Giants did a good job, but you're not facing a rookie right tackle this weekend as well. So I'm on the Cowboys.
Surprise the Giants didn't pull the plug on Russell
Well,
Wilson
they
yet.
will. So they will this week. So if they
It sounds like breaking news.
If they I'll give you a situation. If they go into halftime with less than 7 points, Jackson Dart will come out in the second half and be the quarterback, is my guess.
With that said, here's what I want to do with that.
22
Jackson
to
Dart,
1.
offensive rookie of the year.
I think that when they're already asking coach, first of all, they came out of the Giants game last week. The reporters immediately went to is Russell Wilson going to start week 2? The speculation. Of course, Dable said he's starting because it makes sense. You don't want to start Dart on the road. But I just don't think you can have a performance I did last week with 6 points and then come out and not play well in the first half and not have the team they're not going to say out loud, I want Jackson Dart, but something's got to be different. And Wilson's been the same quarterback for 4 years now. Why are we doing this? So I think that Jackson Dart could get in sooner or later.
Selfishly, I would love the Cowboys to lose because I'm not picking them in Survivor, so I want everybody else that picks them to go out.
All right. Raiders at the Chargers here. Both teams 1-0. Who would have thought? I didn't think so. Well, I guess you thought, because you thought the Raiders were going to beat the Patriots.
I'm big on the Raiders this year. I like them.
So they're favored by, the Chargers favored by 3 here at home. There's no home field advantage for the Chargers. That's silly.
There'll be more Raiders fans there.
Of course there will be. Sammy, what do you like in this game, if anything?
I am going to bet the Las Vegas Raiders. For
Raiders!
I'm on it with you too.
I don't know the status of Bowers yet. I imagine he's going to
throw one on there from my guy Chip Kelly. There we go.
There we go.
You know what that means. Chargers by 10. Just like we did this last week with Duke +3. Now we're going to do it with the Raiders.
Just root for my guy Chip.
I love Pete Carroll.
It's
so fun to bet Pete Carroll is a dog. We did it last week. That was our favorite bet in the NFL. Yep. Chargers only got to win by 4. Yeah, all right. We'll see. I see people power rating the Chargers higher than the Ravens and the Chiefs now. And I'm just not there.
Okay,
I'm not there.
Those people, their power rankings are just actual rankings in their brain. There's not like a system involved, is there?
No,
like
I would hope not. No. I would hope not.
That's give me your like me when I put here in my top 10 teams in college football. It's not like what my power ratings would say.
You had Illinois 4 this week in that, right? Illinois
no,
5.
I had them 7. I want to wait. I want to wait until they get
the Twitter mob got you.
I want to wait until after the Indiana game, and then if they go to Indiana and win, then I'll definitely.
2 weeks ago, you didn't have them, and the Twitter mob got you.
I didn't have them.
The woke mob got you there.
They're not a top 10 team.
No, they're not.
You can take, believe it or not, you can take 3.5 with the Raiders if you'd like. You don't have to take 3.
Yes.
So backdoor Gino would get me in down 10.
It's been fluctuating between 3 and 3.5. One game I don't think we have wagers on, but worth talking about. 0-1 Lions host 0-1 Bears. They're favored by about 6, I believe, as we talk right now. The Lions just didn't look good. I don't know how to put it. New coordinator, new coordinators. The offensive line was bad, but the Bears have issues too. How worried are you, Bear, about the Lions first in this game?
I'm very worried because it did not look like, you don't want to overreact to one game, but it did not look like the same offensive scheme plan that we saw previous couple of years with Ben Johnson. Now, will it continue to be this way? It was a lot more run. It was slower. It looked like a coordinator that didn't necessarily trust Jared Goff to stretch the ball downfield. Like that's what makes Gibbs and those backs dangerous, is getting the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, and like get the ball out, up tempo, big plays. It did not look that way. Granted, they're playing a good team in Green Bay on the road week 1, and maybe there's still a little bit of feeling out period to develop a consistent game plan but I was high on the Lions. Maybe I was a little too high on the Lions going into the year. Maybe you look at their schedule and all these teams that they're playing on the road are playoff type teams. Like, is it an overreaction to maybe look at not only an adjusted season win total under, but maybe a Lions to miss the playoffs and what could potentially be a stacked NFC?
Books are trying to push it too on the division price. I see plus 450 in the market on Detroit. They're willing to let you bet that, which is pretty alarming after just 1 week. Yeah, they're willing to let you walk out the door with plus 450 in this game. And I've bet the Bears a lot in these spots against Detroit. Justin Fields beat him a couple times. Caleb should have had a win last year on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
If Eberflus knew how to manage the clock.
It's bad.
They have struggled against these mobile quarterbacks that can make plays when everything breaks down. And I will also leave you with one question. If we were going to have a chess match one-on-one between Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell, who's favored?
Well, Ben Johnson.
I mean,
but
Dan Campbell's going to play 4D chess on you.
Dan Campbell's going to flip the table when he loses.
The only issue is that the Bears offense lacked an identity in game 1, which makes sense with Ben Johnson. It takes a while to identify that, but they just sort of like threw stuff out and tried to figure out what worked. They didn't run the ball well, which was a disappointment with the offensive line additions, and Caleb Williams just missed a bunch of guys. I think if he does the undershirt change, that'll be better. Like, get rid of the undershirt. There we go.
Maybe we'll see Bajan this week.
There are group threads that I'm in that are ready for Bajan already. Yep.
Well, one guy would be very happy if he leads the AFC, the NFC North in passing yards.
It's not
big windfall.
No, that'll be McCarthy.
Let's get to our prop bets of the week here for the National Football League. Speaking of McCarthy, what do you like for the 49ers here?
I'm going to go his cousin, Christian McCaffrey.
There we go.
McCarthy, yes. 78.5 rushing yards on McCaffrey. Other books are at like 83.5, 84.5. This is the bottom of the market. He's going to touch the ball. What did he touch it 31 times in week 1? 31, that's it.
Do you think that there is again, I'm not saying I disagree with your bet. I just want to throw a counter out there. You think we might see him line up more at wide receiver just because they have nobody healthy at wide receiver? There's no Kittle. Like, you bring in a running back and you put McCarthy out there and get him the ball via the pass?
I don't think it matters. I think he's going to have a huge game. My offensive player has already gone from 25 to 11, 12 to 1. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, a little bit selfish, but I think he's going to have a big game. I do.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at his rushing from last week. It's a good spot. They're going to run the ball a ton against the Saints team. It's just not good.
The Saints are the worst team roster-wise in football.
So my prop of the week is the Saints under 18.5. I'm kind of surprised the number is this high. The Niners defense was good last week, and we know with Robert Saleh they're going to be good. The Saints offense it's just not good. I don't know another way to state it. 13 points last week against Arizona, who, again, defensively just okay. Spencer Rattler, I'll fade him against the Niners defense. So under 18.5 points here for the Saints is my prop. Super 6 presented by DraftKings this week. Which player will have more receiving yards? Lamb, Metcalf, St. Brown, or A.J. Brown? What do you got, Bear?
That's a good balanced group. That's a tough question this week. You could make a really good case, I think, for any of them. Just because he didn't have the greatest game last, I'll go CD in this game at home.
Against the Giants?
Against the Giants.
I don't zigzag prop a wager a ton in the NFL, but A.J. Brown was not good. He didn't just get the ball. No. I'm going A.J. Brown here.
I will split the tie and go A.J. Brown, too. I don't think you want him reading books in week 3. Get him the ball.
Okay, let's end with Survivor. Last week, who'd you go with, Bear?
Bengals. Survived.
You got Bengals. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Never in doubt.
I had Denver and San Francisco. I thought I was going to lose them both.
I was thinking about San Francisco, and I
I had Denver and I had Arizona in a few. So still alive here, Bear. What do you got for Survivor this week?
I think the seventh most popular pick was the Patriots. That was the highest one to go down.
I think everyone in the Grandissimo is still alive, right?
Yes.
$100,000 buy-in. Whew.
Look, I am not a guy who likes to take the biggest favorite on the board. I was looking for other options this week. But I think if you look at the Ravens and the path the rest of the year, the weeks in which you would say, okay, I want to have the Ravens in my back pocket for that week, there are other good options. And you get the Ravens coming home after blowing that game on Sunday night, double-digit favorite. Now, I know I just said the Browns aren't the worst team in the league, like a lot of people thought they might be, but they're not losing that game. So I think in a week where there really isn't a clear-cut, second best option, I think you just bite the bullet, go with the biggest favorite on the board. And if you know what, if the Browns go into Baltimore and win just like the Raiders did last year after the Ravens lost that game in opening week last year, Baltimore came home, lost. If that happens, so be it. But just go with the Ravens and move on.
And you're burning the Thanksgiving team.
However, I think the Eagles at home on Thanksgiving weekend against the Bears is probably the way you'd want to go the Black Friday game.
I sent to the group thread this week Mac Jones no matter what and got instant pushback. So I don't.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad. That was the other one that I thought about.
Mac Jones against the Saints. I did not get the stamp of approval on that one.
You really wanted to play that?
Oh, yeah.
That was a joke. Okay.
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh. Interesting.
I'll bet. You said it's 3 now.
Three.
I'll bet the Niners.
That's very low. Feels like just run the football, right? Play defense.
Yep.
And McCaffrey have 100 yards rushing. There we go. We all win.
Make us all happy. Hopefully everybody out there will win. Appreciate you checking us out on our great YouTube channel, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Remember to rate, review, subscribe. Jeff, for Sammy, I'm Bear. Less you bet, more you lose and win.